This day has finally come. The GT3 RS, the car everyone is raving about online. Yet, is it as good as what they say? I'm Austin and my passion is going to the racetrack. Today, I'm going to give you a real-world perspective by putting you behind the wheel. Then we're going to see how this brand new motorsport-derived suspension system in combination with the most advanced aerodynamic setup in the history of 911 comes together. Here in this channel, we've had the amazing opportunity testing every branded track-focused supercar, from the Americans, the Italians, the Germans, even to the previous generation Porsche GT3 RS and GT2 RS. How much better can it get? Porsche has made it very clear. It's time to reinvent the RS. In this era of 800 to 1,000 horsepower Italian supercars, can a naturally aspirated boxer flat six still compete?
We are at the Porsche Experience Center, and I cannot wait to find out how this compares to the standard GT3. Actually, let me take that back. There's nothing standard about a GT3. These are vehicles that you can enjoy on the road so much. Go to the canyons, go to a car event, but then take on to the racetrack, and that Porsche heritage all comes together. So I'm very excited about this today. The GT3 RS, yeah, it's got about 15 more horsepower versus 502. Mainly, the team had a goal, and their goal was to maximize downforce and infuse motorsport technology, but then break that barrier and go further, because in motorsport there are some limitations that you have to abide by. This has got something that the race cars don't have, namely like the GT3 actual race car, it's got active aero. So the entire idea with this vehicle is to throw everything Porsche has on a naturally aspirated flat six. You can actually see the hydraulic actuators right here. This is a fully active system. It's not semi-active. Therefore, on straightaways, it will lower the drag and lower the downforce. And the second you hit the brake, it's gonna engage maximum downforce. This effectively acts as an air brake. This aerodynamic system is not only in the rear of the vehicle. You're going to find two active flaps towards the front. One is going to be right underneath that front splitter towards the front wheels. Right there in front of us is where the second flap is for the active aerodynamic system, in front of those wheels, working synchronously, acting as an air brake or engaging to give you more downforce in the corner. It's got 3 times the downforce as a standard 992 GT3, and the best thing about it, in my opinion, is if you compare it against other track specials from other brands, even like the Dodge Viper ACR. If you haven't seen our test of that vehicle, I'll have it linked on top of the screen. That has about 1,700 pounds of downforce at 177 miles an hour. This does have the Weissach Package, giving you the exposed carbon fiber weave on the front hood, the exposed carbon fiber side mirrors, and the exposed carbon fiber weave on the carbon fiber roof. Also, GT3 RS with the Weissach Package gets the upgraded magnesium wheels. These save a lot of unsprung weight. Actually, it makes a bigger impact from the driver's seat position than normally pulling out the equivalent amount of weight, because these wheels are spinning and all these different forces of inertia are being acted while driving upon. Lowering rotating mass will help you get around the track even faster. These magnesium wheels save about 17 pounds of unsprung weight. This front radiator is centrally located, giving you brake cooling, and no longer do you have 3 separate radiators on the front end of the vehicle. There's multiple goals here. Number 1, aerodynamic efficiency, but then utilizing that main center space by removing the front storage that you would have, the luggage space. When I was standing next to the front hood, I could feel hot air coming out. So that hot air is being pulled out very fast by these nostrils on the hood itself. They're actually being aided by these roof-mounted side fins. These help to clear out the hot air so that more cold air, or the cool air from the middle, gets pulled straight down towards the engine itself. This is where your cooling is going to be happening, and the intake system will be for the GT3 RS's 4-liter flat six, 518 horsepower and 343 pound-feet of torque. You are going to find the GT3 RS style louvers. This is going to relieve all the air pressure, the high pressure air in the front wheel arches. This helps to reduce high-speed lift on the front end of the vehicle. Plus, you do have these inlets cut out right behind the front tires, effectively doing the same thing. There's a lot of turbulent air that occurs. These front fenders are carbon fiber finished as well. This saves weight. It's a very critical area to manage airflow. That's why you see these massive blades on the sides pulling out the air and then streamlining it across from the side of the body. As you guys know, these side intakes are not for the engine. This is for brake cooling. The massive indentation pulling in the body, this helps to cool down those brakes in braking zones. The rear diffuser is adapted from the 911 GT3. The GT3 RS features stainless steel exhaust out back. Another interesting point is that since Porsche has moved to the double wishbone suspension, they've created these aerodynamic teardrop shapes and fins where those double wishbones are to produce more downforce. At the peak downforce level of 1,896 pounds, it's actually contributing about 88 pounds of downforce. So little trick upgrades for the double wishbone suspension system up front give you more downforce at speed. It's really cool thinking about all these different ways that the team found to improve the aerodynamic total amount of downforce that you can get, and that makes you corner much faster and it helps with stability of the vehicle. Interestingly, and I can't show you this visibly, the front wheel track has been moved outwards 1.1 inches, giving you more stability for the corners and more of a turn-in bite. This front splitter is not only going to help divide the air above the vehicle, but also down below. So looking all the way down, you can see these side strakes right underneath the vehicle. So the idea is to create a low pressure zone underneath the GT3 RS. And by having more high pressure air go over the top, this creates a suction effect, bringing the vehicle straight down onto the ground. Today, we will be driving with the Porsche carbon ceramic rotors. They're about 16 inches and they're fixed to aluminum monoblock calipers. There are options for iron brakes on this GT3 RS, which the blue variant to my left is fixed with the iron version. This will help to relieve that unsprung mass again, aiding to a faster lap time. Here we go, getting inside the Porsche GT3 RS. You are getting carbon fiber doors. These reduce the weight by 11.6 pounds. The other weight-saving measures are found with the straps to open the door and more carbon fiber as the grab handle. I love the netting. It's all about having motorsport DNA, saving weight, because the team knows every gram matters for getting around a track as quickly as possible. Same for the seats, fully carbon backed. You still have all the amenities with the displays as a standard GT3. The dual 7-inch displays on either side. I love how you have the traditional analog style front gauge cluster for the RPM. It's just perfect to see in 2023 coming into 2024. There is unfortunately no option for a manual transmission, but in my opinion, it completely makes sense. This is aimed to give you the best lap times possible, and I would actually prefer the PDK 7-speed automatic transmission. Let's go ahead and start the vehicle. To our left is our speedometer, and to our right we can customize our vehicle display settings for the temperatures we want to see on the track. One really cool upgrade is that in the GT3 RS you have motorsport derived haptic feedback magnetic magnesium paddle shifter. So clicking it, you can hear it sounds really, really good. I'm a big fan of all the race techs. This is similar to a suede or an Alcantara you'll find in other supercars on the market. To our left is our DRS button. By simply hitting this one time, it's a fixed setting and the DRS stays on. You can hit it again to turn it off right away. Or in the braking zones, it'll actually engage automatically. To our bottom right, we have our drive mode indicator. By spinning this, we can change between normal, sport, and track. Underneath that, we have our ESC traction control systems. To activate, you have to press down one time, and then on the far right side, you have the ESC and traction control settings. On the left-hand side, we actually have our Porsche torque vectoring system. By clicking the torque vectoring button, I can customize the coast for that differential and also the power for the application of throttle. You'll see this shortly for our test. We're going to dial in settings so you understand everything completely. Above that, you have our Porsche Active Suspension Management. Right here, we can change our compression for the front and rear shocks, and then to the right, we can change our rebound. This is critical for a bumpy track, for example. You want to lower the compression so it's not as stiff for taking on those bumps, making it smoother. But then rebound can help control those weight shifts for the front and back of the vehicle. Rebound is basically when the shock lifts up, and by tightening it, it won't lift up as fast, so you can stiffen up the back. Therefore, it won't lift up as high, keeping more weight shifted on the rear. On the right-hand side, you actually have settings for the aerodynamics. We have dynamic downforce engaged. This will be perfect for the racetrack, actively changing settings. But then you have a low downforce setting that you can turn on that keeps the spoiler, I think, retracted. You can hold the button and it'll retract it. That's so cool to see. Then we have adjustable active exhaust. I love this interior. It feels very modern. I'm a big fan of the race tags and all the red accents throughout. Let's do this. Let's get on track and join up with Andrew again. Let me pause it right there. Did I say again? Let me introduce you to Andrew. He's our Porsche team member for the day. He's part of the Porsche Experience Center. So let's follow him onto track to put down some laps. This thing drives incredibly. have on the straightaways, you're losing the drag. And then on the corners, you have the max downforce setting actively being applied. In the braking zones, it shoots up the drag. Well, the downforce automatically, just like F1. It's incredible the amount of grip you have. You have to understand you're in a rear engine vehicle, but then once you let off, you can feel how all these aerodynamic systems are aiding those cornering speeds. You don't need to scrub off as much speed as a standard GT3. This feels like a club race car, but then made with a warranty that you could drive on the street. It's crazy to think about, it really is, and you can actively adjust it from within inside the vehicle. I mean, these settings that are implemented right now that we applied from the recommendations coming from the lead engineers, the test drivers, it really works well on this track. We can carry a ton of speed and you can feel that downforce just working. And what downforce is going to do, it's not only going to allow you to corner faster, but there's one big thing that you need on the track. It's called driver confidence. It's absolutely incredible just thinking about what this vehicle can do. I want one so bad now. I was just talking to the Porsche team. I'm like, you got me hooked. You sold me. And that's a hard thing to do because, you know, we've driven multi-million-dollar hypercars and just the top of the line track specials that are supercars, yet getting in this 517 or 518 horsepower 911, I'm stunned. After getting in the GT3 RS, driving that a while back, oh, I think this is worth it. I think this is worth it in comparison to a GT3 RS. And that's a massive statement. Sitting in here, you sit very low within the chassis with these Club Sport track seats. The carbon ceramics that we have right now, the gradual buildup you get towards the limit. It's very easy to threshold brake, and then the trail brake, it's stiff enough so that you're not having to scrub off too much speed accidentally. It feels natural. The steering, yeah, it's not hydraulic dedicated steering. It feels really good. I would say it feels even better than the Z06 steering, definitely. It just feels easy to drive and it makes it fun. This is one of those track cars you get inside where you're just having fun. You can go to the track over and over again, change out your settings, do whatever you like, and maximize your performance. No other street legal track car can have this level of adjustability. And we're talking the differential settings, the Porsche Active Suspension Management, even the rebound and compression, to be able to do whatever you want, make it a drift car, to go sideways, to lower that weight transfer, the lateral grip, everything. You can do it. Trying out launch control in the Porsche GT3 RS. We are currently in track mode. Oh, one question for you. I need to turn off DRS. Is it already off, or?
Well, so Aero is in dynamic mode right now.
Okay.
So dynamic downforce, low downforce, right? Track spoiler.
So this will be good for the acceleration, but how about when I get to the braking zone? Is it going to be able to still?
It's going to automatically apply.
Perfect. Right. So it's not going to stay on the lightweight setting and get the tail end light. Sounds perfect. So then, are you ready? I don't want to give you whiplash.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Unless you want to put it back in dynamic, and then you can press the DRS button yourself after we launch. That'd be
that's
cool,
pretty cool. That's like F1, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting trained to drive a Formula 1 car right now.
Pop it in drive. Let's get ready.
We're in automatic mode.
So left foot's on the brake.
Yes, sir. Full power engaged.
3.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I thought I was going to go to red line.
Oh, yeah. No, this one launches a little bit higher.
It's way higher than the GT3.
And more intense. So let's go. Full power. 3, 2, 1, go.
It did turn back on.
Downshift.
do a threshold breakdown here, right? And then
I'll tell you when I get to 100, I'll just say brake. Power. 3, 2, 1, go. The brakes.
whoa. Oh gosh. I felt the G's on my face.
Ridiculous.
Oh my
First time
gosh.
I've done one of those in this car. It is way better than the other car.
That was a perfect threshold, man. It just felt so smooth.
We're gonna make our way onto the circle. We're going clockwise. Here we go. We'll start in first gear. So you're gonna wanna hug that inside white line. So this is with ESC and dynamic mode and traction control, all right? So it's not really letting you do anything, right? Not really letting you get any angle, right? Okay, now let's start to turn traction control down. Lift, power, power. Look at that, look at that. Lift, wait, right?
Wow, this
So
is
it's
fun.
using stability control.
Yeah, it is. It's holding it.
To control your angle and like floor it. You can just floor it and it'll
And it's
just,
holding the. It won't let me accelerate. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, that's
Now come
very
on.
useful. Wow.
We go TC down to 1. Now try. Give it a bunch of power. 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 It's like cheater mode.
This is a full cheat code.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It's ridiculous how seamless that is.
A little bit of power. Lift. Power. 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 Stay in the power. Stay in the power. Power. More power. More. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Stay in the power. Stay in the power. Stay in it. Stay in it. Stay in it.
I stayed in it.
I mean, I wanted that to happen, right? So
Oh,
it's
God.
showing you that even though the traction control is helping you out, without the stability control, you can still spin out,
Yeah.
right? And now we'll just go to everything off. Wait, power.
Is that the money shot right there?
Yeah,
Sideways?
that's pretty solid. Wait, there we go. Nice job. Now let's go full tight on the diff on power. Power.
Feels much better.
Yeah, wait. Oh.
Went too wide right there.
And then like this, if we go stiff on the rear,
On the rear compression.
yeah, and rebound, we just make the rear very unforgiving. So go, go. Lift, lift, power, power. It actually feels grippier.
Yeah, it
right?
does.
Yeah. So that is the one thing that I've noticed about this car compared to the others on the low friction stuff, is it still feels like it has grip. So what is rebound? Rebound is how quickly the shock is allowed to extend, right? So when we lift off the gas, we're trying to lift the rear end off the ground and rotate. But what's happening is the rear end is not lifting off the ground. It's holding the spring tight, right? So you go to let off and nothing's happening, right?
That
and you
makes
get
sense.
and you get understeer because the chassis is not able to transfer the weight forward as well. It's kind of ridiculous.
Telling me is that you can dial this vehicle in phenomenal with the track. If you want to slide it around,
Yep.
you can play around with suspension settings to achieve that.
Yep. Catch it. Power. Stay in the power. Keep it track to the left. And then rotate to the right. There we go. Keep to the right. Keep to the right. And now into the left. Wait. Power. 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 Big lift, power. Lift, wait. Point it that way. There we go. There we go.
Oh my gosh. Lift. That was great concept, man. Yeah, yeah.
Very good job.
Okay, here we go. Figure-8 test with the new GT3 RS. We're going to be adjusting the compression rebound for the front and back suspension. Try to dial it in and see if we can get any understeer, oversteer. Also, I think we're going to be adjusting the Porsche torque vectoring system on the left. So what's first up on the agenda, Andrew? What do you think we should do for this?
Yeah, so what I want to do first is we're going to try to make the car very pointy at the front, create some oversteer. So we're going to do that by tightening the diff, going full -4 actually. We're going to go -4.
On the coast?
Yeah.
How about the power?
Keep going down. There we go. Power, I mean, not so much. I mean, we can just go down -4 as well.
Lowering it on this system makes it
tighter.
Tighter. Okay, so the lower setting is tighter, not the opposite.
Yeah, that's one of the strange things that we noticed is that across, you know, the rest of the stuff, positive, negative. I mean, I think negative makes more sense to me as well because you're like tightening it, right? Going down on it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go full minus compression on the front. So we're gonna soften up the front, right? And then we're gonna stiffen up the rear. And then we're gonna go over to rebound here. And we're gonna go full plus rebound so we keep that front end down, right? We don't have it dive up, we don't have it lift up.
Weight transfer.
Yeah, exactly. And then what we'll do is we'll go full minus on the rear, which is gonna allow that rear suspension to travel up, right? So we're gonna basically be decreasing contact patch on the rear as we're braking, and then even more so, and then keeping contact patch, you know, increased on the front end. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Brakes. Let it rotate, let it rotate, let it rotate. There we go. Point it, point it. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go, there we go. Catch it. Point it, point it, point it, point it. There we go.
It's so aggressive in that setting. I love it.
Yeah.
Guys, write that setting down. I think we figured out one tune for the vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's change it up, shall we?
Yeah, all right. So what we'll do is we're basically going to try to dial in a ton of understeer, right?
Okay.
Make the car safer. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the front end not very compliant at all.
Yep,
right?
Stiffen it up.
And then the rear, we're gonna soften up big time. So the rear just maintains the grip and is, you know, easier for it to just push the front end along. Rebound, we are gonna go minus so that actually the front end lifts up quite a bit.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go plus on the rear so that the rear is not able to lift up at all. It's pulled down into the ground. We're gonna go to diff, and we're just gonna go full open and full open.
Which will be much smoother on the power.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm back in second, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's totally different now. It wants understeer. And it's very smooth on throttle exit with the diff open.
Power.
Very forgiving.
Right, like no rotation. Just that rear end is just pushing the front. That rear end does not want to lose grip at all.
Just dead hooked.
Right?
Can I get it to rotate?
You just
I can't get it to
no,
rotate.
You can't.
I can't, I'm full power.
Chuck it in there.
What?
And the rear will just take it.
That's full power right there.
Go,
It just
go. Lift. Oh,
Did I get it? Did I get it? I got
goes.
it. I got it to rotate. Yes. That was hard to
You had
do.
to work so much harder. You like
Yeah.
shot it in there, right? You had to go from basically. You got on the power so early coming out of the previous turn that the rear was a slight slip angle. And then as you got on the brakes, you like threw it in the other way, right? But let's drive it smooth. Drive it smooth.
I can feel the front end, how it's just much more lifted up. Thank you so much, Andrew. I really appreciate it. That was too much fun.
Yeah.
I
A lot of fun
am
today.
very impressed with not only the GT3 RS, but also the standard GT3. If you guys come out to the Porsche Experience Center, ask for Andrew. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And again, I'm still smiling. I really appreciate it. But I know we started today at what, 9 a.m.? It's getting close to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to let you go, but hey.
No, it's been time well spent. Absolutely. Great driving, great listening. You've made my job very easy as a
Thank
great
you.
student. And yeah, I mean, we're happy to have you back at any point. It's been a pleasure, so thanks.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Major shout out to Porsche Experience Center in LA. The team here have been fantastic. This is a really exciting experience they've put together. And the best part is you can actually come out here and experience your dream car. Or if you're a prospective buyer and you're interested in finding out, hey, is the GT3 RS worth the upgrade? It's a considerably more expensive vehicle. It starts at around $230,000. The standard GT3 is $161,000 with the Weissach Package. Like behind me, it's going to be around $260,000. It's a big jump, right? You would obviously want to make an informed decision. Maybe consider coming out here. And you get to not only try it out on their course behind me, but also explore how it'll rotate in the corners, try it out on the Figure-8. There's a lot that happens. So again, major shout out to the team here and also Porsche for inviting me out to experience not only the standard GT3 in this track setting, but also the new upgraded version, the GT3 RS. We always go to the track, and I am sold on this version. I'm going to keep trying to get one because having a downforce street track car, it's just a dream because it takes all the technology you'd want out of a cup car, gives you a warranty, gives you AC, you can drive it, to a car show, but then drive it to the track and maximize the setting for whatever track you want to work on to get faster. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see all of you in the next episode.